Picture a machine so beautiful you can't look away, and so dangerous that one mistake could be your last. This isn't just a motorcycle. It's a line in the sand. The razor's edge between life and death, genius and insanity. The year is 1928, the absolute peak of the Roaring Twenties. And standing before us is the Harley-Davidson JD, a legend. To many, it's the Holy Grail, but it has a dark side. Old-timers whispered a name for the machinery of this era: the Widowmaker. Why? Why does this specific bike make modern collectors drop six-figure checks just for the privilege of riding a tiger that wants to throw them off? The answer is going to surprise you, because the secret of this bike isn't about how it rides. It's about what it killed. To understand this beast, you gotta look into its soul. Or rather, its guts, because on this thing they're all hanging out. This is the F-head engine, also known as the pocket valve. Look right here. See those springs and rockers bouncing up and down right next to your leg? No covers, no safety nets, just pure raw mechanics. In 1928, Harley rolled out the JD with a massive 74 cubic inch engine. That's 1,200 cubic centimeters, folks. For that time, this was a cruise missile. Guys back then were taking these bikes and doing what we call a cut down, chopping off everything heavy to make them fly. But there was a catch. We call it the total loss oil system. Sounds scary, right? It is. Oil goes into the engine, does its job, and then it just spits it out. On the chain, on the road, all over your boots. If there isn't a puddle of oil under your JD, it means it's out of oil. This bike marks its territory like a mean dog. It's alive, it's messy, and it demands that you get your hands dirty. Now, let's get to the part that makes modern bikers turn pale. Forget everything you learned in riding school. See that lever on the left handlebar? Your instinct screams, that's the clutch. Nope. Wrong. That is the spark advance. If you grab that trying to stop, you're going to kill the engine or launch yourself over the bars. The clutch? It's under your left foot. It's a rocker clutch. Toe down to go, heel down to stop. And changing gears? That's a hand lever on the gas tank. We call this the suicide shift. Picture this. You're tearing down the highway, and you need a shift. You have to take your left hand off the handlebars at speed, reach down by your thigh, and jam it into gear while balancing with just one arm. But here is the irony of 1928. This was the year Harley finally added a front brake. A revolution. But let's be real. That tiny drum slowed you down about as well as a prayer. This combination, insane power, one-handed steering, and brakes that were more like suggestions, is what fueled the crash legends. To ride a JD, you didn't just need skill. You needed nerves of steel. But the real reason this bike commands hundreds of thousands of dollars isn't the levers or the oil leaks. It's history. 1928 was the swan song of an entire era. This was the final year Harley-Davidson used that wild, clattering F-head engine on their top models. They perfected it, right before they killed it. Why? Because 1 year later, in 1929, the world crashed. The Great Depression, the stock market collapse. The party was over. Harley-Davidson had to change to survive. They moved on to the simpler, cheaper flathead engines. The 1928 JD became a time capsule. It is the Titanic of motorcycles. A luxurious, fast, over-engineered masterpiece built by a society that thought the money would never run out. Owning one today is like owning the final breath of the Roaring Twenties. So, why do we hunt them down? What is the answer to our riddle? The magic of the 1928 Harley JD isn't that it's perfect. It's that it makes you feel alive. In a world where cars drive themselves, where everything is safe and sterile, this so-called Widowmaker demands everything from you. Attention, strength, respect. You are not a passenger on this bike. You are the pilot. You are the mechanic. You are the tamer. Every time you kick it over, hear that uneven rhythm and slam that suicide shifter into gear. You are beating history. You are bringing back a time when people were bolder and machines had souls. That is why it's priceless. It's not just metal. It is freedom in its purest, most dangerous form. Thanks for watching. And remember, sometimes the risk is worth the ride.